Several times each week, people call us up because they've got a problem with their door lock and they want to know how much it's going to cost them to get it sorted. This is a really difficult question to answer, but watch this video and we'll explain as best we can. When something goes wrong with your door lock, probably the first question you think of is how much is it going to cost to get that repair done? And obviously that's something we get asked multiple times a week. And I can't answer it straight out because there are so many different things that could have gone wrong with the door. It's just impossible to give a firm, kind of definite, it will cost X number of pounds answer. Much as we'd like to, but we can't. Anybody that does has got to be allowing for worst case scenario, in which case you may be paying too much if you've got an easy job. But anyway, let me explain the details, or not explain the details, let me explain the factors which go on to making up the price that you'll pay. So first thing to decide is what the actual problem is. Now, with a double glazed door, generally there are a couple of things that go wrong. It will either be the lock cylinder, the part that you put the key into, or it'll be the door mechanism, the part that the cylinder works with. Now, if the problem is the cylinder, just changing that, swapping that out for a new one is relatively straightforward. It would generally take less than half an hour, so you'll have a minimum charge of labour. And at the moment, a replacement cylinder, and bear in mind that I'm recording this video in May 2023, the cost of a replacement cylinder at the moment is about £17.50. Now, that's probably what I would call best case scenario. The other thing that tends to go wrong is the locking mechanism inside the door. In a lot of cases, we're able to just replace the gearbox, the centre section of the lock. In some instances, we have to replace the whole thing. Now, with a double glazed door, generally speaking, it's far, far easier to put back in the exact same type of lock that you're taking out. And indeed, if you're just changing the gearbox, the centre section over, you've got to do that because it's got to be compatible with the existing vertical bolt work. Yeah, that's the strip that goes up and down the door that you see on the edge of the door. So in order to swap like for like, with a wood door, you can chisel a bit out here, chisel a bit more out there. You can't easily do that with composite doors and UPVC doors. So it's far, far easier to replace with exactly the same. And that means you can only buy it from one source, i.e. one manufacturer makes that lock. And so you're restricted to what they charge for their replacements. Now, in terms of labour, obviously that's generally speaking a longer job. What we generally do is cap our labour charge at an hour and a half's labour. And if we only take an hour, then we only charge you an hour. And then it's the cost of the replacement parts. Now, again, recording this in May 2023. If you're watching this video in 3-4 years' time, no doubt the price will have gone up in that time. But at the moment, probably the cheapest replacement parts are around the £50 mark. The most expensive ones may be kind of £250, £300. There's no getting away from that. The manufacturers charge what they want, and we have to then pass those cost prices on to the customer. But that very much is a worst case scenario. The majority of replacement locks are kind of between the £100 and £150 mark. And then, as I say, the anywhere from half an hour to an hour and a half's labour. And if it goes over the hour and a half, that generally speaking will only charge you for an hour and a half's labour. And that's what goes into making up the price that you pay. Hopefully I've made it, I've explained that it's quite a difficult task to say how much it will be. And if you need any more specifics, then obviously we can come out and take a look at the door, and we'll have a far better idea at that point as to how much it will cost you. If you found this video helpful, it would be really helpful to us if you could like or follow or subscribe to us on your favourite social media platform. Thank you.